What's going on, everyone? Supreme Kami over here, and we are going to be talking about some early Christmas present from Bandai over here. So, in terms of the hardship store shop over here, if you guys didn't know, I believe what is it 2 weeks ago they dropped something like this for Thanksgiving. So this is more or less like some sort of like an early Christmas kind of celebration ish, but it's not really stated. I think they did actually drop like some sort of like a campaign on that actually, but per usual as last time around with 1,500 hardships, you'll be able to secure yourself some pretty good deals over here. So definitely a lot of people will be picking this one up, the 5-star parts exchange ticket. In this video, I will definitely be talking about what are some of my top picks for some EXQ because last time around I talked about what are some good parts with part trade that you can definitely be picking those up. If you guys have not checked out, I do highly implore you guys check that out because that will probably be like a good representation of like what kind of part you can pick from the roster, because like the roster is kind of old, so there wasn't too many part that I want to be recommending. But in terms of EXQ, there are definitely some few helpful EXQ that I would like to recommend to you guys. Definitely energy, I don't know if I'm pretty sure energy is something a lot of people will need, but not too sure if anyone will pick it up, because that is more or less like a tangible thing that you can get here and there. But these right here, I personally will pick them up, but you can kind of get them in different means and ways anyways, so not too sure of how valued people will see them. But these right here, the skill upgrade knives, as well as the trade up pincer, as well as the tune up CPU, the trade up CPU, I think those are definitely going to be some most valuable part that you should be picking up. So all three in total is going to cost you 900 hardships, which is I'm currently broke right now, so I can't really pick up anything at the moment. I guess this one right here, you have the material to upgrade to 7-star. I'm not gonna say recommend picking this one at the moment, because we are able to currently get them via some missions already. So I think if they don't drop any 7-star that much like on a regular basis, I think you can definitely get them via like different other means besides spending your hardships onto this one. So this is probably gonna be something I would say kind of skip on now. But this one, so let's talk about what are some of my top picks for some EXQ over here. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people are having some challenging times, let's say facing against like the 3v3 arena, right? So the first part I am going to be recommending to you guys, let me actually go over to the Alteration, because you guys do have to keep that in mind. They do have access to Alteration, so you can see they will definitely get a lot more better. So the first part I am going to be recommending, I'm pretty sure you guys can guess if I'm talking about, let's say, arena, for the 3v3 arena specifically. So it's going to be under the long category, or long rifle category, beam. And then we have ourselves the Trine Buster Rifle. So that's actually two. So you have one from the Wing Gundam Pro Zero, as well as one from Wing Zero Endless World version. The one I'm actually going to be recommending is actually just going to be this one. So this one is the prototype. I personally use the prototype, and I don't see too many of a discrepancy if any reported. But this is definitely, I think a lot of people need the rolling busters. So this is more or less like a swipe across the map, like an AoE attack. So this is something you will need. If you pair this up in your cooldown reduction build, you guys can just simultaneously just kind of spin, and then that is probably the most effective way. So you want to pick this up if you guys are someone that cares about arena and just don't want to have the hassle anymore of like, oh my gosh, I can't beat it. It's too hard. So this is definitely one of the part I will recommend. The second part I'm going to recommend is also going to be, you can say it's more or less useful for like arena purposes. So it's going to be this one, right? Whoops, not big scale. So it's going to be under the shield category. So it's going to be this one over here. So this one is a shield for SD Night Unicorn Gundam over here. So this EXQ is called the Call. So literally that is the name. So prior to Alteration, is only coming in at B- power. So the thing about the Rolling Buster, let me just kind of talk about that as well. In order to gain that B power, you do, is it B plus or B? In order to gain that B property power, you do have to get it to Alterate. So if you don't Alterate it, it's only looking at D power. So that is definitely something you want to kind of address on that as well. In terms of this EXQ will allow you to hit from the furthest point in the map. So let's say you are like at the farthest corner, like between your enemy, you will still be able to target your enemy with this EX skill. So that's why I will have to say this is probably the most broken EX skill to be using. You know how we had that Kalamasu challenge right now, and there's a lot of barriers. This is definitely going to be one way to kind of secure yourself, you know, just being able to beat it. But I had dropped a video yesterday talking about what are some effective way of clearing like stage 1 obviously. So probably tonight I'll be dropping how to clear stage 2 with the same overall build but using a different attribute, because every stage has like a different attribute. So I'll definitely talk about that in like a, you know, in like a later video tonight. If you guys do want an EX skill that can allow you to just kind of target around anywhere in the map, this is definitely a good choice as well. It's pretty good for multi-mission as well if you guys do need something that's a little bit more broken. Probably a good pick for me personally. 3 seconds first time user, so you don't really need any cooldown reduction or initial charge boosting in that manners right there, so it's not bad. Let's kind of go about some other shot EX skill that I think are good enough that you want to be using, I guess. Just kind of me personally. We are going to be recommending, it's going to be under the leg category, so I will be recommending the Penelope EX skill over here. So the Penelope EX skill is a all range funnel missile over here. So this is I want to say this is, I wouldn't classify it as like a regular funnel, because in game it is programmed as an actual funnel. But how this one is different from your other funnel type EX skill is this one actually just smash into your enemy, because this is like a funnel type mixed into a funnel, so you actually do get a lot of round per hit. So that's why I would recommend this one. And in terms of like the firing rate, there is going to be that little few delays here and there, like when it's traveling across the map. But this is definitely one of those, I would have to say, useful EX skill. If you talk about any maps that is really big and then you don't want to travel that much, this is definitely going to be a good choice as well. I would have to say the usability of this one is purely for, let's say, for multi missions. For let's say 1v1 arena, I don't think it's gonna be that much helpful. Even let's say for League Arena, I don't know how useful this can be because I never actually tested out. But I don't want to. I don't know if I would say this one has the durability in terms of like the actual timer count. I don't know if it will last until like the beginning of the match, until the end of the match with like a League Arena. If that is the case, this is definitely going to be a good EX skill, just like an all-round attacker, just trying to see if you can do some chip damage on your enemy. But other than that, I feel like this one is purely going to be useful, like, you know, for PvE purposes. So yeah. Alright, the next one I'll be recommending is going to be more or less like a funnel type similar to that one. So it's actually going to be under a Twin Saber category, and that's going to be Beam. So it's actually going to be the GM Partisan from the Transient Gundam. So this is more or less like the same thing again. So this is gonna fire up 6 spear balls. So this will allow you to, same thing, this is not, I will not classify as like an actual funnel because it's not actually shooting anything. So it will just kind of target enemy and just kind of smash into it. But in terms of this one, I will have to say per round it's a little bit less because obviously there's only 6 ball going in, while you compare to the Penelope, you have probably like more than 10 rounds at a time. So, but this one is very good. I find this very useful. Let's say, like in those like limited time multi missions and all that. Not the multi-mission boss, but like the regular, like the crew multi-mission, and then the other one, like the not the specific to the type bossing. But in terms of, let's say, using it in arena like the 1v1, I don't see this one being, I do see this one being a good combo because I did actually see someone use that in like actual combo like way back, not right now, probably I want to say give or take 6 months ago. So this is definitely a good combo to be starting off with. But in terms of League Arena, I don't know how useful this one can be. So this is like the same thing as the Penelope leg. It's all up in the air, right? You can definitely make good use of it. So that's why I'm recommending that. So there's still one more I want to recommend that I don't really know what to recommend in terms of the last spot. So I think for the 5th one, I'm just gonna recommend like a generic EX skill. I am gonna pick something that is actually on the roster, not anything too new, but just right in within that time frame. So it will just be actually the Destiny Impulse backpack, because I feel like that one is, I don't know. I just kind of like that backpack, to be honest. Like it looks cool. It's a awakenable EX skill and it's savage. Like I don't know what else you want to ask for, right? Where's it at? Is it this one? No. This one? No. I need to look for Undersea Destiny Stray. So it's going to be this one over here. So Destiny Impulse. This one is actually, you know what? I think this one is actually pretty good because you know why? Because this one is offering attack to both melee and shot. So this one is gonna be a good, really good for, let's say, multi missions like the limited time one where you have allies that are both melee and shot oriented. So this one is providing both coverage. So this is actually a pretty good looking, good support, and then really savage. I like to call it because there's like a little stab towards the end. Because if you guys see the tips of the beam cannon on the back, there's actually beam saber on the front. So what the actually EXU does towards the very end of the animation, it actually stabs your opponent and then finishing off with like a final hit, you can say. What's interesting about this EXQ, there is actually a two phase to it. So the first phase is actually like a left to right swipe, a really short one, but it's very effective if you have like a group of enemy right in front of you and you just want to kind of get rid of them immediately. This one does have a pretty short range from left to right, and then after that, if there's still enemy remaining, it's gonna transition into the other part. But I will have to warn you guys in terms of this EXQ, chances of missing from phase 1 to phase 2 of the EXQ can be high if there are some obstacles, let's say within the proximity. I definitely have tried it out in the channel before, so if you want to check it out, probably leave it in the link in the description as well. Other than that, you know, this is a perfect EXQ to be using. So in terms of something you want to use for melee perspective now, so here we go. So we're going to be talking about some melee perspective. We're going to first start things out with something that's going to do some healing, short cooldown reduction, or short cooldown. That is going to be our friend double sky higher than the sky face over here. So it is going to be under this one over here, if I recall. So yep, this one over here, our beloved double sky higher than the sky face backpack. So this one is a completely custom EXQ on a 30 seconds cooldown. So this is probably one of the better ones to be looking at if you want a consistent healing in let's say like a long battle. Look at this one, a squad heal up 30% as well as the melee attack to squad by 30%. So you can't really go wrong with this one. So yeah, this one is definitely good, like good stat as well. I will have to say mediocre stat. If you're talking about what we like compared to what we have, definitely sufficient enough to even run this on your main build and on your skin as well. So this is definitely going to be a good pick as well. Moving on to the next one, for more powerhouse and for more aesthetic, for more of the cinematic, we'll be moving on to the Barbatos, not the Barbatos, the Barbados Lupus Rex. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will like this one for sure. So in terms of the Barbados over here, Lupus Rex, this one over here. So this one is going to be a purely all-out melee attack EXQ over here. So it's going to be boosting your squad speed by 20%, as well as boosting your ally up to 59% at max for your melee as well. So this is going to be a extremely powerful modifier right there. So this is why this is going to be another good EXQ. Keep this in mind, this is going to be an awakenable EXQ. So if you do pair it up with another awakenable EXQ, they will innately cancel the first one, whichever one uses first. So if you use this one first and then you use another one, let's say Transcend Ray from Ixia, that will literally cancel whatever you have right here and then move on to what Ixia is offering. So this is definitely a good choice as well, a pretty powerful one to start things out with. So pretty cinematic, powerful, and good buffs as well. So the next one we're going to be looking at is actually the same property. I just want to check real quick to see if it is actually on the roster. I have a feeling it's actually not, so I'll actually pick something else immediately, I will have to say. It's actually not, so good thing I checked right there. So gosh, I need to pick something else after this then. Let me actually go over something else before I talk about the one I want to replace. I was actually going to be recommending the the X-Ray Repair 4 EXQ, because the back EXQ, because it's literally offering the same thing as the Lupus Rex EXQ. At 59% at max melee attacks, boosting to your overall ally. So since that one is not working, we will be transitioning to what is the next one I want to recommend actually. Okay, it's gonna be this one. So I only have 3 on my mind right now, so I need to think of 2 more on the spot that I think are good enough that you guys should be picking up. Okay, can I actually? Okay, is backpack. EXQ is gonna be this one. So the next one we're gonna recommend to you guys is actually gonna be this one. This one's gonna be the Wings Gundam Zero Endless World version, and this one at max is giving out an S plus power, so this one's pretty powerful as well. So that's why I'm gonna be recommending this one to you guys. It's not bad, you know, 49%, just like a one-hit quitter, so it's not bad at the end of the day. So gotta be another one of my top pick right there. Oh, I forgot. So this one is something I kind of slip out of my mind. It's gonna be under the leg, and then under this one over here. This one, I'm pretty sure you guys do know even before me clicking on it. It's gonna be the infamous Vidar Lake over here. This one I would have to say to this day is probably one of the most powerful EXQ to be looking at. Just because of the fact that what is covering on here, like look at this. You're giving an S power as well as the A minus piercing, so this one not only is it gonna do good damage, it's also gonna be able to pierce to whatever defensive or whatever resistance let's say your enemy has. So this one is definitely gonna be a top pick for sure. So you know, but if you guys do like the Blazing, the free-to-play version from the, let's say from the Battle of Welfare, you can definitely use that one as well. But this one, at the end of the day, with the piercing combined, it should be able to give you more output. So this one's definitely going to be a top pick for sure. Speed increase, melee attack increase, as well as some shot attack increase. So you can't ask more than that. So it's not bad right there. In terms of the last one, I want to recommend. What is a good last one to recommend actually now? Now that I think about it, and actually on the roster, oh gosh. Let me take a look real quick because like I can't I can't remember on top of my head what is a good one to be using at the moment. So give me a sec. No, it's not this one over here. What is a good one to use actually now? I don't know. Let me actually filter everything out by melee and beam saber category there. Okay, a good one to use. You know what? I'm just gonna recommend this one. This one over here. This one's gonna be the Mori Kenzu EXQ over here. What's good about this EXQ is not only like the power wise it's not gonna be too much, but I feel like the benefit of running this one is first time cooldown is like its first time usage is really short. So if you do alterate this one, it's gonna be at what is it pre? Yeah, this one is actually not bad. And then coming out of B power, so up to Alteration you are gonna get bumped up to A power, so it's not gonna be anywhere comparable to those S power, but this one is gonna be allow you to use it within a fast manner. So this is always gonna be good if you want to use the EXQ with like a set frame of period. So this one is definitely good. If not, I feel like the Unicorn arm is definitely good as well, right? Yeah, this one is definitely good. No, never mind. This one does not have that premium like 12 seconds cooldowns or the first time user. I thought it does. I thought it does. So I guess not. So that one is probably gonna be a good pick right there as well. I think branching up maybe this one, the Crossbone Full Cloth over here is also a good recommendation as well. You know, it does have some pretty cool smashing attack. So this one is definitely good. But in terms of melee, I think sticking purely to physical type melee is probably better, just because I feel like some portrait is more dedicated to physical than beam. It really depends, but I personally see more physical trait boosting than let's say beam or just beam in general. So this is definitely going to be on top of my list as well, just because of how cool it looks and all that, aesthetically pleasing I guess. So I think that is pretty much it in terms of what I want to kind of recommend. You guys definitely do have more options like in terms of what you guys like. There is definitely a lot of like cool animated EXQ that I'm not recommending. Do let me know which one is your favorite, not the one I'm recommending, or if there's anything else you like. So with that being said, that is going to be pretty much it. Just hopefully what I have on the list will definitely help you guys in just picking whichever EXQ you want to be using for either both your melee or your shot attack build right there. So with that being said, I'll catch you guys all on the next one.